Shalom everybody! Today I would like to give you traveling tips when visiting Jerusalem for the first time. I grew up listening to these Bible stories from Sunday school at church, and so I've been hearing the stories of King David, King Solomon, Elijah, Elisha, the story of Jesus Christ and his disciples, etc., etc., etc. And I've also been hearing names of places like Bethlehem, Judea, Jerusalem, Capernaum, what else? Nazareth, and so many other places. So growing up, I realized that these stories are not merely stories, that these stories are actually real and that these places are still existing. So from then on, I had hopes and dreams that one day I'm going to see this place. So anyways, for those who are planning to visit Israel someday, probably next year, 2 years from now, or 3 years from now, this video is for you. Tip number 1, visit the old city of Jerusalem. Why? Because it is the most important part to visit in Jerusalem, especially for first-time visitors. And this is filled with historical and religious sites. Alright, and the old city is like bordered by this ancient wall, and inside this wall you would see the most important and the most popular places to visit. So it is wise for us to choose a hostel or a hotel that is very close to the old city. So when you go there, you can simply walk. By the way, the old city has got 7 gates. So we have the Dan Gate, Jaffa Gate, Herod's Gate, Lion's Gate, what else? Damascus Gate, New Gate, and and for me, since Jaffa Gate is like closest to my hostel, that's the first gate that I have entered. Tip number 2, wander around the old city. This is now your moment to discover the old city on your own. You don't even need a tour guide. So just go there, and if you are an adventurous person, if you like adventure, just pop in, pop out, pop everywhere. Alright, and I know you're going to get lost like many times, but that's like the fun part of it. You would see lots of souvenir shops, you would see lots of juice stands, some food, of course, some small restaurants. And not only that, you would also see a lot of people from all over the world walking the streets of the old city. So what do you need to do? Just wander and enjoy everything that you are seeing. So while you are wandering around the old city of Jerusalem, you will for sure see Via Dolorosa, which is believed to be the path that Jesus walked during his crucifixion. You will also see the, Holy Sepulchre, where you could find the empty tomb of Jesus Christ. Not only that, if you continue walking around the old city, you can find the Christian quarter and the Jewish quarter, where you could see the one of the most famous synagogue in that area, that is the Hurva Synagogue, and a place where you could also do a lot of shopping. So good luck on that. Tip number 3, do the Ramparts Walk. This is something something that would surely love. Anybody would love it. Actually, it's one of my favorites because you would be walking on top of the wall of the old city, and it's just so much fun because you have the chance to view the old city or the ancient city and the modern city as well. The view was just amazing from the top. Tip: visit the Western Wall or the Wailing Wall. I arrived in Jerusalem like Friday morning, went straight to my hotel to leave all my stuff, then went to the old city. The first thing I went searching in the old city was the Western Wall. Why? Because I have prepared a prayer note in advance. That is something I've written in a little piece of paper because I plan to insert that inside those big rocks at the Western Wall. Like many others, I did say my prayer there, and it was an amazing experience because, oh my goodness, praying while holding that wall gave me these goosebumps. Alright, but anyway, I left and then came back at around 5 o'clock, and I was surprised because there were so many people there. There were so many people wearing this costume, black and white costume with hats. And I didn't know that that was the beginning of Shabbat, or we call it Sabbath. There were so many Jewish who came to pray. I was so curious of what they're doing, so I stayed there a little bit longer just to see what they're doing. Tip number 5, make sure you try their food and drinks. So while wandering the streets of the old city, you must try the fresh orange and pomegranate juice. This juice is really yummy. It's tasty. It is really, really refreshing. And you gotta try the delicious shawarma, falafel, how do you call that one? Kanafe. They are the best. Tip number 6, experience the Shabbat dinner. When I arrived to my hotel, I was checking in the morning, and then one of them asked me if I wanted to join the Shabbat dinner that they're preparing. And I was like, what was that? And they said they used to prepare meals, special meals for all the tourists so that they would experience what the Jewish people celebrate every Shabbat. And I was like, cool, how much is that? And I paid, I think, 20 shekels for that. So that night when I came back from roaming around the city, I saw a lot of people there, and they were like ready for meals. And before that one, there were a lot of self-introductions. We met a lot of people, had dinner. We enjoyed the food that they have prepared. It was really, really good. Fantastic experience. Tip number 7, visit the Mount of Olives. Mount of Olives is just outside the old city. It is very close. You can actually walk up there. Alright, and if you want to see an awesome view of the old city, go to the Mount of Olives. Mount of Olives is also the location of the Jewish cemetery. And the Jews would like to be buried there. It is because they believe that when the Messiah returns, they'd be the first one to be resurrected. Hi, so right now I am at the cemetery of here at the Mount of Olives. This is where the Jews bury their dead, and if you notice, there are like small stones on top of these tombs that if a relative would visit them, they put a stone on it. Tip number 8. Visit the Mahane Yehuda market. This market is so popular and it has so many vendors. And this market has got all kinds of food, you'll name it. Even the falafel, shawarma, what else? Baklava, and my favorite, kanafe. My last day of stay in Jerusalem, I went to Mahane Yehuda market and bought some kanafe, shawarma, and some nuts before heading to the old city. It felt so good eating local food while walking the streets of Jerusalem. Tip number 9. Visit the Yad Vashem. I had only one afternoon remaining in Jerusalem, and I was choosing between two famous places, and that is the Hezekiah's Tunnel and the Yad Vashem. I chose the Yad Vashem. By the way, Yad Vashem is the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Jerusalem. This is a must-do. It is a very moving experience. I was able to watch a lot of videos, saw a lot of pictures, and read a lot of articles. I made sure that I'd spend some time there, and I would have loved to stay a little bit longer there, but I ran out of time. But anyway, when you are in Jerusalem, visit Yad Vashem. I stayed in Jerusalem for 4 days, yet I wasn't able to see all. I missed all the tunnels, including Hezekiah's tunnels. I missed King David's tomb, and I also missed Israel's museum. So it should have been enough, but I allotted 1 day to visit the Masada and the Dead Sea and another day to visit the West Bank. So 2 days to visit Jerusalem is not enough. Obviously, we need more days if we want to visit all. Thank you so much for watching the whole video, and I hope that these tips would help you. Thank you, and I really appreciate it.